Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I'm very excited to be bringing you today's live training. So as you're hopping on, let me know if you can hear me. I'm trying out something new with a lovely little microphone here, and I want to make sure that you can hear me loud and clear. So today's live is going to be a little bit of a client case study and something that you can apply with the knowledge as well too. So if you're watching this live, please comment team live. If you're watching this replay, please comment team replay. I want to know, what Halloween candy do you still have in your house right now? Is there any of that Halloween candy that you are still snacking on? I've got a couple of Reese's upstairs waiting for me of probably having those as my dessert tonight. So I'm very excited to have those later. But I want to know, what candy do you still have at home that you're like, oh man, I can't wait to incorporate that into my meals? Let me know down in the comments below. And like I said, if you're watching, let me know if you can hear me as well too. I'm trying out something new with a microphone, and I can't tell if it's picking up anything or not. So hopefully you can hear me and it's not just like buffer or anything like that. So we are talking today with this client case study on how this client came to us a few months ago with one goal, and how things have kind of changed in the process, where we've actually been able to help her with more goals without her even realizing it when she first started. So this client came to us with the initial goal of weight loss in the beginning of the summer. She has some autoimmune things going on. She's a very stressful job. She owns her own business. She does a lot of work. She works late sometimes. And she has to be on her game face on all the time. So she has to be ready to go. And whenever she walks into her place of business, she needs to be ready to make sure that people are doing their job and that she's doing everything, that she's billing correctly and all of that. So high stress position. She came to us with the goal of weight loss. Now, she was saying when we first started together, that she was having a lot of like decreased energy, a lot of brain fog, and then a lot of GI issues as well too. She was noticing within a half an hour of having breakfast in the morning that she was having some really bad GI issues, frequency with having to go to the bathroom a lot more, upset stomach, bloating, nausea, and that was really preventing her from eating really regularly. So she's having these GI issues, and although that wasn't her initial goal, we had to dive into those GI issues, what was going on first, in order for us to then overcome that stuff, establish a new baseline for her, then to be able to focus on weight loss. So she came to us with that goal of weight loss, but she didn't realize through her high stress job, through everything that she has been doing, that her baseline of feeling lethargic, brain fog, zero energy, upset stomach after meals is not a real baseline. It's not a starting point that many people are starting from. And she actually had other things going on in the process that we need to overcome and correct before we could get to that goal of weight loss. Many people have the same issues, and I'm sure that you do as well too, where you probably have had some GI issues, you probably have felt a little bit off, upset stomach, inability to focus sometimes, maybe some frequency with having to go to the bathroom more, diarrhea or constipation. You're like, well, that's just my baseline. That is not a normal baseline for us. We need to be able to figure out what's going on, go through that root cause, and be able to go from there. So we took her through a sort of an elimination diet to be able to figure out what certain types of foods were causing her issues. Now, not a regular elimination diet where you might think, oh, we're getting rid of carbs or things like that. We had to put her through a low FODMAP protocol. Now, if you don't know what low FODMAP is, it's a very restrictive approach that eliminates some of the sources of carbohydrates, usually from fruits and vegetables, that are fermentable in the body and that then can cause other GI issues. So through doing 30 days of low FODMAP and now trialing through some of those foods to figure out the problems, she's been able to pinpoint that she's having more issues with the fructans than she is the oligosaccharides or the monosaccharides or the saccharins and things like that, or the sucrose. So this is able for us to pinpoint, okay, she may not have the greatest time digesting regular garlic. She could do powdered garlic or garlic powder, roasted garlic powder, things like that. But full pieces of garlic and onions have been causing her more issues. So if now that we've been able to understand and see those triggers of those certain foods that she's having, we've been able to pinpoint and go through and say, okay, if we're able to remove these, how does it affect your energy? How does it affect your appetite? How does it affect your food choices and your digestion and overall? So we've been able to remove some of those things, and she'll keep trying them to see if in the right combination and maybe the right serving size that she is able to tolerate them. But through some of this trial and error, we've been able to get her back to eating normally again. And now we're able to focus on weight loss. So the whole moral of us sharing this story with you is the reminder that you may come to us with the goal of weight loss, not realizing that we've got to build a better, more solid foundation, and that your regular is not regular. You shouldn't have constipation all the time. You shouldn't have diarrhea. You shouldn't have nausea, an upset stomach, brain fog, low energy. We can work through nutrition changes and nutrition advice in order to help you overcome that and then to feel so much better at the same time. So once we're able to overcome that, we can feel so much better and find what that root cause is. If you might have a food sensitivity, I don't rely on those food sensitivity tests. We have to go through sometimes an elimination diet to figure out what's really causing the issues, and then to be able to go from there. So once we're able to figure out those triggers, now we can really dive into the weight loss because there's not things that are holding us back. There's not things that are going to cause us other issues. We're very aware of what's going on in the foods that are triggering her those problems. If you're having similar issues and your baseline for you is tired all the time, brain fog, having difficulty concentrating, focusing, low energy, you have low motivation, you have a hard time with digesting things, you're having more bloating or constipation or diarrhea, reach out to us. It's probably a nutrition related thing that we can help you overcome and pinpoint. And if not, we can refer you to the right physicians and care providers that can help us overcome that and give us more information if it's through tests or whatnot. So, moral of the story, ask for help and be open to different paths that you might be led down through that process of help and through that process of change. It's easy for us to come in with blinders on saying that I only need to focus on weight loss, but so often when we're working with clients, we're finding that we're unpacking so many other things that's going on and affecting their nutrition and their health, where within weeks of working with us, and sometimes not even, maybe 1 week, they have so much better energy, they're able to focus more, and they feel more like themselves because they've realized that their baseline is not a real baseline. Their baseline was that pain and that frustration and that inflammation. So if you're wanting more information about working with us, I will drop the link down in the comments below where you can set up a call to talk more about your goals and getting you there. You can also shoot me a message too if you have questions, or if this sounds like a similar story to what you are going through, shoot us a message and let's talk more about this because we want to be able to help you. We want to be able to help you overcome this and to feel better overall. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday, and I'll see you soon.